Hello, welcome. My name is SlugMTG, and today we are going to continue the league run. Our previous video didn't really go so well. We are currently 0-3, but that's okay because we have 2 matches left to play, and I can still make my goal of going at least 2-3. So we're gonna go ahead, hop into our 4th match, cross our fingers. Right before we do, I just want to go ahead and plug the Pauper Guild Discord once again. The website will hopefully be on its way soon, but if you are looking for an online Pauper community, the Pauper Guild is a great place to go. They have channels where you can show off and get feedback on your builds. You can talk about the Pauper meta, ask for advice on gameplay, and enter various tournaments as well whenever they pop up. So it's a great place to chat, hang out, talk about Pauper. Let's hop into the next match. Alright, so we're into the 4th match. We would like to go first. A couple lands, some good card draw, leather. I'll keep this. I'll see what, see if this can get me there. Let's play a land and go ahead and ponder. Weather, Thornwood Island. That might be too many lands, but we do have Ponder and Accumulated to help draw, so I think that'll be okay. We can go Thorn, Weather, Island, no, and pass. Fairies? Yeah, not really sure if they're splashing another color, but could be fairies. Well, definitely fairies, but not sure if it's mono blue or if they're just splashing another color. So they put 2 cards on the bottom. That's kind of a good sign, right? That's a good sign. I think that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and ponder. Thornwood, Fog, and Arcane Denial. I do actually like all of these. So we can go Thornwood, Fog, Arcane, no shuffle, play Thornwood Falls, and pass turn. They go ahead and swing in, we'll take 1 point of damage, and okay, so we'll figure out what color. Mountain, so it's great. They forgot to play a land. Man, okay, they forgot to play a land. That's really, really bad for them, but there's not much else we can do, so I guess we will just go ahead and pass turn. We can accumulate it at their end step. So they still have the mountain in hand. They just forgot to play a land last turn. Is this worth? I don't think so, because then they're going 7 to 8 cards. That's not that big of a jump, so I think I'd rather draw a card myself. So now they're going to have to discard. Let's go ahead, Accumulated Knowledge, and we can draw that Thornwood. All right, and then we draw a Forest, so I guess we just play the Thornwood and pass turn. There's a Terramorphic Expanse, so they probably have a Brainstorm that they're going to look to be using. I still don't think it's worth giving away my only Fog, and if they have a Brainstorm, they're going to be drawing cards anyway. So I can't do this forever, but it's something that I think I have to put up with for now. If they were down to 1 or 2 cards in hand, or just less cards in general, then I think it would be better to use the Fog, but going from 7 to 8 cards, especially since they chose to scry afterwards, is a little weird. Especially if they do Brainstorm. So they keep 2 cards on top, and then at their end step, they only cast 1 spell. Not worth to Weather the Storm. There's a Simic Growth Chamber, although I think I do want to keep up 4 mana, so I will just play a Forest, and I guess just pass turn from there. I'm hoping I draw some card draw here soon. I didn't realize that these 3 were going to be the only card draw options that I would have. If need be, I can Weather the Storm into Arcane Denial. Actually, I could do that right now. I could actually do that right now. Weather the Storm and then counter with Arcane Denial to draw 3 cards. I actually think I kind of like that plan, especially since they're tapped out now. I'm just going to go ahead, Weather the Storm, and then Arcane Denial that, and then draw 3 cards. And I'll still gain 3 life. I'll go up to 20, and I have another Weather the Storm. So I'm not worried about kind of like wasting this one. So I would love to draw another land, and I would like to draw 2 more. Oh man, okay, this is weird. So they finally play that mountain. They swing in for 3. There's another ninja. I feel like I have to Fog here. 2 cards is a little bit too much, and plus taking 4. Although I don't have another Fog, so I don't feel comfortable fogging just yet. So yeah, I'm just kind of hitting a bunch of lands now and a Stream of Thought, so I might, no, I'll Stream of Thought next turn. So I can go ahead and basic land cycle for an island. Let's see, I could play the Simic Growth Chamber right here, actually. Especially since I plan on Stream of Thought next turn. So let's go ahead and preordain. Moment's Peace, perfect. Thornwood falls to the bottom, Moment's Peace on top, then play the Simic Growth Chamber, and bounce back the island to hand. And then, yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and pass turn, and I will attempt to Moment's Peace. Frantic, go for it. And I will discard an island. Yep, Fairy Seer. So, Moment's Peace is vulnerable to Spell Stutter Sprite, which they probably have. I mean, it's blue-red fairies. They always have a Spell Stutter Sprite. They're going to swing in. I will attempt a Moment's Peace. And then in comes the Spell Stutter Sprite. Or they might not just do it because it's just a fog spell. Okay. So I will definitely Weather the Storm. I could attempt another fog, but honestly, I'm just kind of holding out Weather the Storm. So I'll go ahead, draw a couple cards, go up to 8. Okay, so they do have Direct Burn, and then might as well Weather the Storm. I'm glad that they did the Lightning Bolt now for some reason. We gain a bunch of life up to 24. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can play the island and then still have mana. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead, replicate this once. Yeah. So even if they counter the original Stream of Thought, then the replicate will still go off. So it makes it a difficult spell to actually try to counter. And we will shuffle back Weather, Preordain, and Ponder. That seems good. And then Ponder, Arcane Denial. We'll call that good. So what did we end up? We gave them another Frantic. And we did get rid of a Lightning Bolt, though, but it looks like a bunch of lands besides that. So that actually wasn't that great of a mill. It potentially gave them better resources. So if they played the Spell Stutter, then that means that they have another Spell Stutter. But let's go ahead and try to Tangle. Oh, okay, so just straight up Counterspell. Yeah, I'm assuming they have a lot of counterspells in their hand because they... I did not hit a single counterspell. So Ponder, that's pretty good. I will play the Ponder. If they counter that, that'd be bad, but they do not. So Moment's Peace, Muddle, and Pieces of the Puzzle. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to put the Muddle on top. Will not shuffle, play the island, and just pass turn. I will Moment's Peace next turn. They play the Terramorphic Expanse, and looks like they're just moving to combat. So I will go ahead, play the Moment's Peace. If they Spell Stutter, we don't really have an answer for that. Ah, crap, that's the counterspell we did not want to see. I am tempted to Fog here, but it's not necessary, and I'm just trying to burn them out of resources at this point, although with ninjas, I don't know how feasible that is. Yeah, I mean, they draw a couple more cards. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to Pieces of the Puzzle during my turn. Try to hit, like another Weather the Storm or something like that would be fantastic. A couple more Fairy Seers. Okay, how are they scrying? 2 on the bottom. They're digging. I mean, Screds are pretty dead in this matchup just because we don't have any creatures. End step, nothing for me to do. Back, yeah, we draw the Moment's Peace. Ah, wait, I thought I was going to draw Pieces of the Puzzle. Okay, that's pretty bad, but I'll go ahead, just pass turn. I do have Moment's Peace, I do have Fog. I think I do have to start using multiple spells. So I will attempt to Moment's Peace. If they counter that, then I will flash back Moment's Peace. If they counter that, then they have so many counter spells. Oh, and they found the last Frantic. Do I let this through? I think I have to let it through. That is the last one. So, and plus, I mean, the reason I let it through is because I'm more scared of the Ninja consistent card draw. So let's attempt a Moment's Peace. If they counter this, then it's not too bad because it can be a 2-for-1 if they decide to counter twice. That's the counter spell we can't fight back from. Then I will attempt to flash it back. They have the 4th Spell Stutter Sprite. That is rough. Okay, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. And then, because I am at 12 life right now, and they had, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 damage, so 1 bolt will kill me. I think I'm gonna fire off a Fog They have the counterspell. I will muddle that counterspell, and that should be it. All right, so combat damage is prevented. Comes back to me. Yep, there's the pieces of the puzzle. I can cast this without fear of it being countered. Yeah, Preordain and Ponder. Get rid of 3 lands. I mean, they're down to 18 cards in their library, which is pretty good for me. But, okay, so there's a Moment's Peace. I definitely want that. So put Preordain on top and Moment's Peace on top. And then I don't have enough mana to cast and then recast. So I think I just have to Ponder again. Or use my other cantrip. Ash, Barrens, and Preordains? No. I don't think I can... Yeah, I don't think I can keep that. I think I have to shuffle that away. Get an Ash Barrens anyway, are you kidding me? Alright, I think I just basic land cycle for an island and pass turn. And honestly, I just hope that they don't have another counterspell. Yeah. If they have another counterspell, then that's it for me. So with I think with the Brainstorm, I think I just have to Moment's Peace now. Because if they're digging for a counterspell, then yeah, I just have to oh, it goes through. It goes through. Okay. we might not be completely out of this yet. Then they Ponder, so they're digging for something. Then Preordain. Okay, they're really digging. I mean, I have a Stream of Thought in hand, and I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can mill them for 12. Oh, never mind. They have a counterspell. But they're completely tapped out now. And then they get a Ponder, so... Wait, I win. They messed up. They completely tapped out. They completely tapped out. I don't think there's a way for them to add anything back. They have 12 cards. I can mill that. Replicate this twice. Blue, right? Because that's 12. I can replicate this twice, get it off 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. Yeah, that's game. So, I mean, I'll shuffle in a few fogs and cantrips. Just in case. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. Alright, and then... Alright, so that should be it then. Pass turn, and then they have 0 cards left, unless they have... They can't even cast 3 lightning bolts in a row. Alright, cool. We got game 1. They made a huge mistake there. So for this matchup, we definitely want to bring in a couple counter spells and dispels. We can replace a couple Arcane Denials with them. Just, we don't really want to give them that much card advantage. We need to cut 3. Reign of Revelation might be a bit too expensive with their counter spells, because then we're casting 4 mana. They're casting a spell for 2 mana. We just lose out on that trade. So we'll get not the Reign of Revelation. Maybe we'll cut 1 Preordain and 1 Ponder. And honestly, I think that's good. I might want to bring in the Return to Natures in case they have a Relic of Progenitus. Maybe I'll bring in 1. Yeah, I think I'll bring in 1. So I'll take out maybe 1 Tangle for 1 Return to Nature. Because we can also transmute it, transmute Metal the Mixture for it. And I think we'll run it back like that, just in case we see a Relic of Progenitus. So we have Island, Preordain, Ash Barrens. I think I'll keep this. Fairy Seer, yep, okay. How do they scry? 1 on the bottom, 1 on top. So let's go ahead, Island and Preordain. Simic Growth and Arcane Denial. I actually like both of these. I think I'll put this on top and then this on top. And we'll pass turn. So they play an Augur of Bolus. What do they get? They whiff. Oh, that's so good. Okay, and they don't have a turn 2 Ninja. That is great. Honestly, this is going really well. I'm worried. Let's see, I feel like I have to play the land here. So I grab an island, play the island, and I Preordain. Thornwood Falls and Muddle the Mixture. That's not bad. So I think Thornwood Falls on top, and then Muddle the Mixture on top. And we'll go ahead and pass turn. The last thing I want to see is a Ninja. The fact that they didn't play it turn 2 probably means that they don't have it. Although, okay, so they cycle the Ash Barrens. They get an island. They actually remember to play the island, and they swing in. Still no Ninja. Although they do have a counterspell now. I could play the Simic Growth Chamber. I just don't really want to right now. Yeah, I'd rather just keep up either Muddle, Arcane, something like that. So let's play the Thornwood Falls as our potential green source, and then just pass turn. Spell Stutter. That's not worth an Arcane Denial. If they draw a ninja, then they're getting it down regardless. I don't have any green mana. Brainstorm, sure. So they must have a way to shuffle, or they're hoping to draw into a way to shuffle, or they're just digging for a ninja. So they play a land. It looks like they're not shuffling. Yeah, I take 3. Still no ninja. That is fantastic. Harry Seer, okay. How do they scry? 2 cards on top, so they might have found a ninja there. And there's another Arcane Denial. Okay, there's not. Honestly, let's try to Stream of Thought. Just for 1. And we'll Simic Growth Chamber. We will not replicate this since they kept 2 on top. Let's try to disrupt that plan a little bit. And we'll see what happens. Okay, yeah, so we got rid of an Augur, Counter, and Lightning Bolt. That is perfect. We'll shuffle in a couple Preordains, call that good, and play the Simic Growth Chamber. I was kind of hoping to mill a Ninja, but that's okay. We got rid of a Counter Spell, a Lightning Bolt, and Augur. That was a very, very good Stream of Thought. So they swing in for 4. I will go down to 11. I think I will go ahead and Moment's Peace here. If they have a counter, it'll just also bait out the counter. Make them use more cards. Dispel, okay. Yeah, because they're only down, they're down to 2 cards, meaning I can pretty much win a counter war from here on out. Stormbound Geist, okay. And step comes back. Tangle, that is perfect. And yeah, honestly, we just pass back. They are very low on cards in hand, only 1 left. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and Tangle, buy us another turn. And yeah, there's not much they can do. So end step, no, I'm not hitting any card draw. There is an Accumulated Knowledge. So yeah, I think I'll just keep that. Accumulated Knowledge at their end step. I might have wanted to do it there in case I hit a land. So at 2 cards in hand, not playing anything, I will Accumulated Knowledge. Or Thorn, yeah, okay, I probably should have done it last main phase, but Thornwood Falls. And honestly, I'm kind of tempted. I probably should have done it last turn if I was going to accumulate it and then Arcane Denial, but that's okay. Okay, it's not okay. I'm not playing optimally. Oh, what? They tapped there. Do they have a lightning? They probably have a lightning bolt. Oh, Frantic, their own Frantic. Yeah, that's okay. That's just cantripping. Yeah, so I can flashback the Moment's Peace. Yeah, so let's go ahead, flashback the Moment's Peace. And they have a Spell Stutter Sprite. Is this worth, I mean, a spicy play would be to Arcane Denial my own Moment's Peace. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. I will go down to 6. I don't want to give them more cards because they're so low on cards. So let's go ahead, Arcane Denial my own Moment's Peace. And if they have another counterspell, then well, that's honestly not the worst for us. And then this way we draw 3 cards. Oh, they actually found a ninja. Wow. We do draw a few cards here. We get a Preordain. We will draw 2, thank you. And Frantic, Frantic, Frantic. Okay, lots of Frantics. I think let's go ahead, basic land cycle for an island, play the island, and I think I'll just pass turn. I was really kind of hoping for a Fog. Well, let's see. They have 3 cards in hand. They will have 4. I will cast Fog, and then I have W1, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can spend 1 on a Preordain to try to find like a Fog or a counter or something like that. Dispel and Ponder, perfect. So we'll put Ponder on top, followed by Dispel. And pass turn, we will discard a Frantic. Yep, discard a Frantic. So we have Fog with plenty of counterspell backup. I'm tempted to do it now before they Preordain because they could be searching for counters. Yeah, let's go ahead and try to do it now. It doesn't really change anything, honestly. Oh, okay, goes through, perfect. And then another Preordain. Honestly, what would be perfect is if at their end step, I played Frantic Inventory into a Weather the Storm. I know I'm going to draw a Ponder, but if after that Ponder there's a Weather the Storm, that would be perfect. Okay, so yeah, I'll just go ahead, Frantic. Oh, we did it. Oh, wow. Okay, that's perfect. We got the Weather the Storm. I'm only doing this because they have 1 red mana source. If they had more than 1, then I wouldn't do it. But we're going to gain a lot of life here. Okay, so they Spell Stutter Sprite 1 Weather the Storm activation. Okay. Up to 17. That is beautiful. Let's go ahead and Ponder. I'm ready to hit another Stream of Thought. Ooh, okay, that's not that good, honestly. I think I'd rather just shuffle. I don't want 2 lands. Oh, come on, really? I shuffle away 2 Ash Barrens, I draw an Ash Barrens. I shuffle away 2 lands, I draw a land. Okay. Sure, why not? That's fair. Oh wait, I actually don't have a fog. I just realized this. Okay, so I'm gonna have to transmute for a fog. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to grab Moment's Peace here, and then hope that my counterspells just hold up. So they Frantic, I could actually dispel this, but then I wouldn't have any counterspells up left on my turn, so I feel like I have to let that through. So they play a land, and they go ahead and swing in with everyone. Let's go ahead and Moment's Peace, and I have Arcane Denial, I have Muddle, and I have Dispel. Spellstutter Sprite is the one that I don't want to see. They're going to draw cards anyway with Ninja, so it might be worth trying to use an Arcane Denial on that and just, yeah, going through. Alright, do you have another counter? Or will you just draw a couple cards? They have the Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast. They have the Pyroblast, yeah, so I'm going to take a bit of damage here. I'm down to 8, and they draw another card, and they Brainstorm. Do they have a way to shuffle, though? Not initially, it looks like. I do get Stream of Thought, which is fantastic. Although I do... Well, I have Moment's Peace. I just don't have any counter spells. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana available to me. I might Stream of Thought just for 2. Like, replicate it once. I just need... I'm just worried about, you know, counter a Spellstutter Sprite. Because if they have... the 4th Spellstutter Sprite, then it's pretty much game over. So I think I do have to Muddle. I'm going to Transmute for a Moment's Peace. Play the Island, and then that way, if they counter the Flashback Moment's Peace, I will play Moment's Peace, and they lock themselves with Brainstorm. Ollie. Looks like they're going to go ahead, swing in. Alright, let's flashback the Moment's Peace. So they have 1 counter spell. Let's go ahead and try to dispel this. So there's the Spellstutter Sprite, and then last one, if they have the perfect hand. Are you kidding me? They had the perfect hand? Even with the Brainstorm lock, they had the perfect hand. That is so rough. Like, I don't know what else I could have done against that. They just had the perfect hand. Like, I don't know. They just happened to have the hand of 3 counter spells. Like, that's exactly what they needed, and that's exactly what they got. Yeah, that's really rough. I'm tempted to bring in a fadeaway, honestly. It reduces their clock, it reduces the amount of creatures and fairies that they can have on the battlefield, so I might bring in 1. I never saw either one of my counterspells, unfortunately. So I think I'll ditch 1 Ponder, bring in 1 Fadeaway. Honestly, I might ditch a Dispel, bring in a Ponder. That way I can still keep... Because the Dispels, they're only good against counterspells, and they still have the Spellstutter Sprites. So I think I just run it back. Alright, I would like to play first. Hopefully this hand will get there. It's decent. It's definitely decent. I think I will keep this. Couple lands, some card draw. Let's start off with a Ponder. Forest, Frantic, and Fadeaway. I think we will keep this. So probably Fadeaway, Forest, Frantic. Not shuffle, pass turn. Looks like they just go ahead and play a Fairy Seer. I think they did that on each one of their games. Turn 1 Fairy Seer. So we'll see how they scry. 2 cards on top. Uh-oh. That's not really what I want to see. But we'll go ahead, pass turn. If they have a turn 2 Ninja, I don't think it's worth a Tangle. Not yet, at least. Okay, so they don't. That's really good. And I will go ahead and Frantic. So a Fadeaway. And I'm not going to cast Pieces of the Puzzle or Fadeaway, so I'm just going to go ahead and play the Thornwood Falls. And pass turn. And go ahead and Brainstorm. They probably have an Ash Barrens or something in hand. Yep, there's the Ash Barrens. Shuffle away the cards they don't want, and they grab an island. There's Storm... Oh, yeah, dude, they can have a Stormbound Geist. I don't care about that. Should have played it after, you know, second main phase. But, yeah, okay. End step, we'll go ahead and Frantic. Spell and Ponder, okay. And a counter spell. So we'll go ahead and play the forest, and honestly, we'll just pass turn. We can keep up Tangle, we can keep up Counterspell. This way, if we have a ninja, we can just not let them have a ninja. Or, you know, we can tap it down. Augur, sure. So they get a Dispel. We have a Dispel of our own, but we'll have to keep that Dispel in mind. Swinging for 3. This is fine. Alright, so we go down to 16. And I don't think I want a Frantic just yet. I'll have to discard quite a few cards. Ash Barrens is pretty good. We can go ahead and basic land cycle for an island. And still 4 mana. This way we can... Well, we have a Dispel. No, I want to keep up Tangle and Counterspell. I'm just waiting for a ninja at this point. Yep, alright. Preordain. They swing in for 4 damage. I will go down to 12. No. There's the ninja. Alright, so we can go ahead and Tangle here and follow that up with a Dispel of our own. Pyroblast, okay. Yeah, not much we can do about that, so nothing else we can do, so we'll just F6, although we did make them burn a lot of cards, but they're going to get one of them back, so it feels kind of bad, although I think I will fade away here. Yeah, so we will fade away. So they have to sacrifice 3 permanents. If it's lands, that's great. If it's creature, they'll probably get rid of the Stormbound Geist. Oh, wait, they get rid of the ninja. Okay, I didn't actually think they would get rid of the ninja, but they did. Okay, yeah, sure. And then I guess I'll just go ahead, basic land cycle for an island. And we have Counterspell available if we need that, or Frantic to draw cards. I will take 3. I'm not too happy about taking 3, but I don't have a Fog in hand. Fairy Seer, sure. How do they scry? And end step. We can go ahead and Frantic. Even if they counter this, we still have pieces of the puzzle. So their Spell Stutter Sprite, they will counter it. But we do have pieces of the puzzle. We have Preordain, Ponder. Still not too worried. So pieces. Oh, wow, we hit everything. Okay. I feel like we have to take Frantic. Frantic, and I'm tempted with Stream of Thought. No fogs yet. That's a little concerning. So Frantic, and honestly, maybe just Stream of Thought? Yeah, I feel like Stream of Thought. Although I feel like I have to Ponder now for a fog. Cool, there's a fog, there's a Counterspell and Arcane Denial. So we can put Arcane Denial on top, followed by Counterspell, and then Fog. No, we will not shuffle, and we'll just pass turn. Frantic, yep. I don't have a Dispel, unfortunately. They did use a lot of Fogs, although I'm thinking that they have another one. I will attempt a Fog here. They have a Counterspell, okay. There's not much I can do. If they have a Bolt, that's game. They have the Bolt, yeah, that's match. Ugh. I mean, it's very unfortunate, but they had whatever they needed at the perfect time. So I don't know if there was much else I could have done. If I grabbed, what else was I supposed to grab? Piece of the puzzle that wouldn't have changed anything. Should I have brought in my blue Elemental Blast? I don't think so. Because blue Elemental Blast would only hit like 6 of their cards. I don't know how many Pyroblasts they decided to bring in, but to me that's not really worth bringing in. Like we hit a Fog, and unfortunately we didn't hit a Dispel. Should I have maybe just left up a Counterspell, taken the 5 damage, and attempted to counter the Lightning Bolt, but then they would have countered. So that last turn was pretty much like, I don't know how much I could have played that differently. Was going for pieces of the puzzle too expensive at that point? Should I have held on to Frantic and then counterspell their Counterspell for my Frantic and then drawn a bunch of cards? Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. We won the die roll. We would like to go first. Are we going to win, or are we going to go the legendary 0-5? I only have 3 in the deck. Why are my 2 lands both? Okay, whatever. We have to mull. We have to mull again. Okay, we can work with this. So we'll keep this, and we'll put back Reign of Revelation and maybe an Ash Barrens. Because I want all, yeah, probably just an Ash Barrens. Done. Play an island, pass turn. Alright, can we do this? What are we up against? Green, blue. So, I mean, this could be Tron. There is a Stream of Thought. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Simic Growth Chamber. and bounce back the island. It's Tron. Oh no. First game, we mulled down to 5 against Tron. That's not what we really want to see. So let's play an island and then pass back. They have an island, so at least it's not going to be turn 4 Tron. Their end step, I'm just gonna accumulated knowledge. So we get a Weather the Storm, that's pretty good. We get a Frantic Inventory. I think I just passed turn. I'm tempted to Frantic for a land now, but then that basically just tells them, hey, I can do absolutely nothing to you. Well, they find a tower, and then they just pass back again. Okay. Draw and Muddle the Mixture. Okay, so there's a land. I think I will basic land cycle for an island and pass the turn. Mystical Teachings. I am kind of tempted to counter that with Muddle, but they can just flash it back and it ends up being a 2-for-1 in their favor. And they get the crop rotation. I am tempted to counter the crop rotation to prevent them getting Tron. I don't know, in my experience, like, they're gonna get Tron regardless. How much am I willing to attempt to slow them down? Like, crop rotation, I might try, because I have 2 Muddles. I don't have anything I'm going to do during their end step. I think I'm going to try to counter that. And I have Stream of Thought to shuffle things back in, so I might as well force them to use resources. So they do have the Prohibit, and now they have Tron. And the Bonder's Ornament, so they're just going to draw a bunch of cards forever, and they're going to flashback Mystical Teachings now, or Mystical Teachings. Cool, we draw a land, so we have that, and honestly, I think we just pass turn. There's not much we can do at the moment. Oh, they Bachuka Bog, okay. And they just pass back. We get, okay, we don't need this many fogs. Alright, I guess we'll just pass, and I guess they will Mystical Teachings. Oh, they use crop rotation, get that out of there. I guess they will draw a card and Mystical Teachings for an unwind. Oh boy. That's not the counter spell I want to see. They have so much mana already. I mean, you never want to mull down to 5 against Tron. That's basically just an auto loss. And the fact that we're drawing like a bunch of fogs instead of card draw, that also hurts a lot. And the Bajuka Bog, they've gotten pretty much everything. I mean, they're Tron, they're going to get it. End step, yeah, 3. I might as well Weather the Storm now, honestly. Up to 32 life, that seems pretty good. Oh, Frantic. Well, I would have drawn 2, but now I'm only going to draw 1. I am tempted to Frantic now. I think I will, in case I hit a land. Well, pieces of the puzzle, so I guess I'll just pass turn. Missing land drops against Tron. Flashback Mystical Teachings, go for it. Follow your dreams. And they get Dispel. Yeah, I just don't think... there's no way I'm winning this game. I think the only hope or possibility that we have is to try to hold on as long as possible and then just make them... Yep, Bonder's Ornament. And it's just try to win on time. So Ponder. Let's play the Ponder. Ash Baron's Island, Arcane Denial. That's not too bad. I think I'll go... Island, Ash Baron's Arcane Denial. That way, I draw the Arcane Denial now. Next turn, I will draw the Ash Barons, and then I can shuffle my library, shuffle away the land. And they draw a card, and they draw a card. This isn't going well. They swing in 2. I am kind of tempted to try to make them use up some, although they're at 10 cards. Holy crap. Oh, man. I mean, this isn't going to matter. They might... I mean, it's 4 damage. I can take 4 damage. Impulse, sure, go for it. Mnemonic Wall, you got it. Grabbing back the Prohibit, maybe? Or Impulse? Yep, the Prohibit. Go for it. You got this. End step, still don't really have anything. And they have to discard 2 cards. Discard Urza's Mine and Power Plant. So now, I will go ahead and shuffle. I still feel like I have to grab islands. Although I could see green. I'll get green in case I get a Weather the Storm. That way I can fog and Weather the Storm on the same turn. And honestly, there is nothing I can do. I might try for 8 pieces of the puzzle. And if try to like bait out a counter. If they counter this, then honestly that's not the end of the world. Yeah, I figured it was something they weren't going to be too keen on countering. Don't really need the fogs, so I guess I will take pieces of the puzzle. Honestly, Stream of Thought could be interesting because it's going to be a little while before they can kill me. So, although Piece of the Puzzle and Preordain might be better, I'll get Pieces of the Puzzle and Preordain, and then I can shuffle back in the Stream of Thought with my own Stream of Thought. Yeah, draw a card. Ghostly Flicker, draw more cards. Go for it. Honestly, I think I'll probably discard... Yeah, they're really churning through their deck. Wow. I mean, they have at least 3 counterspells in hand. I think I will end up discarding a Moment's Peace, because I can cast that from the graveyard. And I'm going to try to Tangle. If they counter it, honestly, that's better for me, because I'm at a super high life total right now. Oh, they actually let it through. I figured they would. They're not going to kill me for a while unless they have... Do they have it? The Rolling Thunder. I want to keep my life total high for Rolling Thunders as well. Oh, they have it. They have the Rolling Thunder. Oh, they only do it for like 8. And then they get the Rolling Thunder back. So they'll be able to kill us next turn. So there's a Frantic. So literally my only hope is Muddle and Arcane Denial. And just hope that they pour so much mana that they don't have enough for 3 of their counterspells. Let's see if I can grab another counterspell. Island and Preordain. Honestly, I don't need these. Bottom, Weather the Storm. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. I'll take that. I'm going to Arcane Denial. Prophetic Prism, you go for it. That's right, cast more spells. Mole Drifter, okay. Mole Drifter. The Rolling Thunder is a sorcery. End step, I think I will attempt a Frantic. Oh, they actually let it go through. I was not expecting them. So a storm count of 4, and then Weather the Storm. That seems pretty good to me. You can use, yeah, but the copies still go through. So they used one of their counter spells. I know they have at least 2 left. Oh, they are really going to burn everything for this, aren't they? Wait, can they actually counter they can counter every single one of these active... Okay, no, they're letting it through. I was worried. There's a Thornwood Falls. So let's play the Thornwood Falls. I have 18 cards left in library. I think I have to Stream of Thought, although they'll just counter it. And I don't have enough mana to replicate it once. If I had enough mana to replicate it once, then I might do it, because then them countering it kind of turns into a 2-for-1, although then they can just bounce and get it back. So it really turns into a 0-for-1, because it's Tron, but yeah, I just don't think there's anything I can do. Yeah, I think I just passed turn. Impulse, go for it. So 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't have another Weather the Storm in the deck, but I feel like I have to take this. Or if I do Tangle, then at least that's 1 counterspell down, but then it doesn't accomplish anything. Yeah, this really just does not accomplish anything. I'll see if they're up for a Tangle. I might as well. Unwind, yep. And then they can Ghostly Flicker to get back, unwind, and yeah, I mean, they can just literally counter everything I do, I think, for free, pretty much. Untap up to 3 lands, because, I mean, it's not completely for free, because Ghostly Flicker and Unwind, you need 2 blue mana, but pretty much they can counter everything I have for 1 mana. Everything I play, and it's right back in hand. There's nothing I can do. And looks like they're going to go for the Rolling Thunder. Looks like they're just going to hit me for 11 for now and then bounce it back to their hand. I mean, they have the Unwind. I could make them use... So there's the Arcane Denial. I'm gonna make them burn some counter spells. There's the Unwind. I think I will muddle that. That way, if they have multiple counter spells into the graveyard, they can't bring them all back. I know they had the Dispel, and they have, yeah, but now they can't bring them all back and Rolling Thunder. So might buy me a turn, make them burn a little bit more on their clock, unless they have another Rolling Thunder. Ghostly Flicker, yep. Which 2? So they get back Ghostly Flicker and probably Rolling Thunder. Yeah, is that's exact to kill me with another Rolling Thunder. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do when you just pay 1 mana to counter and bring it back to your hand. Yep, okay, so sideboard. I mean, you never want to mull down to 5 and then miss several land drops against Tron. Weather the Storm is really good. I think I will go down 2 Tangles. I'll bring in a Return to Nature. No, not the blue. I want to bring in 3 Dispels, a couple counter spells, and I'll take away 2 Arcane Denials. Honestly, I think I'll just remove the Tangles, and then take away 1 Rain of Revelation, because that's just too much of a mana investment. And then I also do want to bring in the Tormod's Crypts. I'm bringing in the Return to Nature so I can muddle for it, for like a Relic of Progenitus or something. With the 2 Tormod's Crypts, I think I can get rid of 1 Preordain, 1 Ponder, and we'll call that good. Run it back like that. I would like to play first into a no-land hand. Why? I am constantly having these Simic Growth Chambers in my opening hand. Like, why? I have to mold this. I can't play any of these lands. I have to keep this. And it looks like I'm bottoming the Stream of Thought, and honestly the Moments piece. So, man, not again. So Thriving Isle, they choose red, and I'm gonna grab a Forest, another Ash Baron, so I'm gonna play these, and just pass turn. They play the Power Plant and Prophetic Prism. So I will Frantic. There's an Accumulated Knowledge, that's not bad. Into another Frantic, that's awesome. I think I will go ahead and basic land cycle though for an island, play the island, and pass turn. So if I can keep drawing these Frantics and Accumulated Knowledges, then there's a chance I can come back from the heavy mulligan. I need Tron to stumble as well though, and this is Tron we're talking about. Tron doesn't stumble. So I will Frantic. They have Dispel, or Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast, okay. Unfortunate. I will go ahead and Accumulated Knowledge though, while they are tapped out for Thornwood Falls. I would have preferred an untapped land, but I guess that's okay too. They evoke the Mole Drifter, draw a couple cards, but no! Why? Now my Accumulated Knowledge is just a cantrip. This is horrible. This is not fun. And I draw 2 Dispels. I was really hoping for another land. I have a Counterspell, 2 Dispels, and a Weather the Storm, so things aren't looking too good. Bonder's Ornament, you got it. And a Prophetic Prism. There's still a couple lands away from Tron, at least. Storm count of 2, that's not big enough. Tormod's Crypt is pretty good, so I will cast that while they are tapped out. And I think I'll just go from there. Bonder's Ornament, they already have one. Having another one's not really going to do that much. It comes back to us. Basic land cycle, I will cycle that away for an island. Pass turn. So they Impulse, and it goes back to them. So they play Urza's Tower, and if they have Crop Rotation in hand, then they have Tron. Yep, they've got Crop Rotation. So now they have Tron, and Bojuka Bog is in the graveyard, meaning Pulsamarasa, they can get it back and play it again. If they Pulsamarasa for the Bojuka Bog, I might just be forced to fire off the Tormod's Crypt. I am tempted to Pieces of the Puzzle. I just don't have enough lands. That's the problem. I think I do have to Pieces of the Puzzle, though. I will attempt a Dispel for that Red Elemental Blast. Prohibit, I will Dispel that as well. If they have another counter, then you've got to be kidding me. So they draw a card. Okay, does this... Okay, I think... Okay, so I get to draw a couple cards. Muddle and Moments Piece and Ponder. I think I'll take Muddle and Ponder. And that's all I can do. They just pass through their turn. Mystical Teachings. Or a Mystical Teachings. Okay. And then they flash back Mystical Teachings for the actual spell they want, Unwind. End step, yeah, nothing I want to do. There is an Accumulated Knowledge. They have 1, 2, 3 mana available to them, which is enough for the Unwind, but I think I want to go ahead and fire this off now. Perfect. And then I have 3, now 4 mana available, and I think I will pass turn. Compulsive Research, go for it. Mnemonic Wall. What are they going to get back? Probably compulsive research or something. If I counter this, then they just counter with unwind. Then unwind will be in the graveyard. And if they try to get it back, I can Tormod's Crypt. So this might be worth them burning unwind, assuming that's the only counterspell they haven't. Oh, it just goes. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Do I want to weather the storm? I think I'll weather the storm. That seems decent. So I go up to 33 life and get an Arcane Denial. I will go ahead and preordain. Frantic and Counterspell. Both of these are pretty good. I think I'll go ahead and put Frantic on top and Counterspell. And then I can go ahead and Ponder. Frantic, Muddle, Thornwood. That's a decent combination. I think I want the Thornwood though, so I will put Muddle, Frantic, Thornwood, not Shuffle, and then there's the Thornwood Falls. So they draw a card, and okay, passes back to them. They just play a land, and they pass through their turn. So there is a Frantic, and honestly, I think I just passed turn. At their end step, they Mystical Teachings. I'm not going to bother trying to counter that. I'm saving my interaction for more important things. So they search for a red Elemental Blast, and then they flashback Mystical Teachings, and they get a Reaping the Graves. So they're going to attempt to Reaping the Graves right now, getting back Mnemonic Wall and Mole Drifter. So I do have the option to pop Tormod's Crypt right here. However, I don't think that's good because they still have the Unwind in hand, and they can draw another. They probably have another Mnemonic Wall. They have another Mole Drifter, and so just it's not worth it, honestly. It's better that my Tormod's Crypt is just kind of looming, and I have 2 counter spells, so I can make them use the Unwind and Red Elemental Blast when they try to play the Mnemonic Wall. There's the Mnemonic Wall. I will attempt a counter. They will most likely use Red Elemental Blast. Yep, so there's that, and I will go ahead, Arcane Denial the Red Elemental Blast. Come on, use the Unwind. Use the Unwind. Alright, and it gets countered. It stinks that they're going to draw a couple cards, but honestly, it's not too bad because, I mean, they're Tron. They're going to draw a bunch of cards. So there goes a Mole Drifter. Sure. Did they find another Mnemonic Wall? Not yet. They're not choosing to play it. I do want to Frantic, although I need this be good. I could Frantic, though. I think I'll just hold off and do it on my my turn. So I'll draw a card here. It's a Muddle. We knew that. And then they draw 2. Up to 2. They can choose. It will be 2 though. And I think I will go ahead and Frantic now. And it's an accumulated knowledge. I think I will accumulated. Yeah, I think I will end up muddling this. So I do get to draw 2. No land, unfortunately. There's nothing I can do, so I think I just want to go ahead and preordain. Continue to draw. There's a Fog and Piece of the Puzzle. Fog will go on the bottom. Pieces can go on top, I guess. Although I really want to land. I guess I put Pieces on top, and then I pass turn. And if they try to get Unwind back, I will pop the Tormod's Crypt. I am having a shields down moment, but if I can get through this turn, so I will go ahead and pop this now. I don't want to wait until Mnemonic Wall is already on the battlefield and the trigger's on the stack, because then they can just Ghostly Flicker or Ephemerate or something and get back Unwind anyway. So this is what I got. Okay, so they're going to evoke Fault Grinder. I've not seen Tron play this card. This is interesting. Get rid of my Thornwood Falls, and then they're gonna Ghostly Flicker it. Oh, this is mean. This is mean. Oh, did they target the same land? I think they did. Okay, so they're just gonna blow up every single one of my lands. There they go again. They can only do this one more time, though. If I draw a land, then I'll be in a pretty good spot, because then I can counter the Ghostly Flick. Ooh, perfect. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait, because now I can Arcane Denial and then Weather and just be that much, yeah, just have that much more life. So they're going to swing in for 6. I will take 6. Prophetic Prism. They draw a card. Ghostly Flicker. I will attempt to Arcane that. Oh, okay, cool. That gets countered. I was honestly expecting them to have another counter. Impulse, okay. I think I am going to fire off this Weather the Storm no matter what. Mnemonic Wall, yeah, I've got nothing for that. Get back the Ghostly Flicker and just keep Fault grinding. Is it worth it to try to muddle this? Because I fire off Weather the Storm, all my lands get blown up, because they can do this quite a few more times. I think I have to muddle. I don't think I can Weather the Storm. I think I have to muddle and just cross my fingers. And they had the counter. So I think that's pretty much just game. Ghostly Flicker again, and then Ghostly Flicker again. Comes back, draw a card. It's an island. Okay, I like that. A Dispel here would be fantastic. A Stream of Thought isn't bad. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and not replicate, because this is the only 1 mana spell I can do. My only win condition is making it take forever to kill me. Honestly, do I just shuffle back in a bunch of lands? I might actually just do that. Maybe like Weather, Island, Island, Island. And if they try to, blow anything else up, then I can Weather the Storm. And then, because once it gets back to them, they're going to blow up every single one of my lands. So, it's honestly, it really did not matter. I am permanently off of lands for the rest of the game. So my only hope is that it takes so long to kill me that they run out of time, and I don't think that's going to happen. And we can say goodbye to my final land. Oh wait, they didn't actually blow it up. Wait, why aren't they blowing it up? Well, the only thing I can do is Frantic, so I might as well do that. And if they counter it, then whatever. So there's a Stream of Thought. Okay, now they should... If I end up drawing an island, though, then I can Stream of Thought them. Oh, I can't do anything. You're free to do whatever. I'm surprised they're not blowing up my forest. Especially since I've shown that I have, 2-drop spells are the biggest thing. So I can just play a land and then play a spell. Oh, they have Rolling Thunder now. And we lose. So I have completed the league. Yay! Alright, let's talk about this, because this was not good. So we ended up going 0-5 by the end of the league. I feel like there were some things that I definitely could have done to play better. However, in my defense, I think I did end up just getting super, super unlucky. Against both the Tron matchups, having to mold down to 5 or 4 is basically an auto loss, because you basically need the perfect hand and you need Tron to stumble, and Tron never stumbles. So unfortunately, I think just getting super unlucky with opening hands and being forced to mull, it wasn't even keeping bad opening hands, it's just having to mull away unplayable opening hands with no lands or just Asymmetric Growth Chamber. It doesn't. I just don't think there was much I could have done against those Tron matchups. Yeah, so I just went back and watched that last burn game, and honestly, I don't think there's much else I could have done. They played well, holding on to their burn spells, did play around a Weather the Storm, and I don't think there was much else I could have done. They had 3 instant speed burn spells in their hand, and that's exactly what they needed. Even if I fired it off the turn before, I was down to 4 life, and they would have killed me with the Fire Blast anyway. So it's super unfortunate, but honestly, I was not expecting to go up against the decks that I expected to go up against. I see normally with leagues, aggressive decks tend to be favored a lot, because for people, at least with people who grind leagues, who wants to sit down and play 5 matches with Tron, where each match is going to be, 20 plus minutes, where you can sit down and play a match with these other aggressive decks, and instead of each match taking 20 plus minutes, you can have the entire league done in an hour or something, because these aggressive decks, they win quickly or they lose quickly. So honestly, that's what I wanted to see going into the league, because Turbo Fog does really well against Mono Green Stompy and Mono White Heroic specifically. And unfortunately, I mean, I hit Tron. Tron's always just a difficult matchup for everybody. I hit Burn, which is a really difficult matchup. Mono Black Control it's an interesting matchup. Game 1 tends to go Turbo Fog, which it did, but then in the other 2 games, Mono Black sideboards in all of their land destruction, all of their discard, and then it becomes kind of a difficult matchup. You need to keep ahead, and if you fall behind, it tends to slip away from you, which is exactly what happened. If I remember correctly, I got duressed into Wrench Mind, and that just set me so far behind. And then Blue-Red Scred is pretty even. Honestly, it was a pretty even match, so I had 2 even matchups and then 3 bad matchups, so it was gonna be difficult no matter what I did, and unfortunately it just never turned out in my favor. So it was a super rough league, not what I wanted for my first showing. I know Turbo Fog tends, as a deck especially, tends to be a bit wishy-washy as far as performance goes, but I am disappointed, but I'm not going to let it affect me too much. I mean, it's my first time playing a league. I've got to let myself build up the experience, what to expect, things like that. So I think from now on, though, at least for the next little while, whenever I pop into a league, I will play a more aggressive deck. I just wanted my first league to be with one of my favorite decks, regardless of whether or not it's tiered or whatnot. So even though I went 0-5, I did have mostly a good time. It was a learning experience, definitely for sure, but hopefully I'll have a bit more luck on my side. I felt like I got really unlucky during these matches, unfortunately. But once again, I would like to plug the Paupers Guild. This entire league was possible because of the people over there. It really is a cool community. They have some really cool things going on, and I'm really looking forward to their website coming up. But the Discords, there will be a link in the description once again, and I would highly recommend checking them out. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my, I don't want to say failure, because it's not a failure, it's a learning experience, my video. I really do appreciate it, but now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go, drink. Bye.